Where are you at? And then next one. Good. All right. Wait for a phone checker. Right? Checker. All right. Oh, we can hear now. Okay. Well, that's what I wanted to see. Okay, great.
I'm gonna do this though. There we go. Yeah,
She's here.
she's back, folks. She had a snack, yeah.
All right. Hey everyone, welcome back to Seriously Sir. I'm Corey.
I'm Amy.
First, I want to apologize for last week. Not sure what was happening, but I think YouTube was having some technical difficulties. We were told that y'all could not see us, and it also wouldn't upload afterwards like it normally does. So sorry that week was missed, but we are back, and Amy is going to retell her story since y'all did not get to actually hear it.
I know, we finished and we're like, it was a good one. It was a good one. I forgot a couple things though.
Okay,
afterwards.
perfect. Then you get a second chance.
Oh yeah, and then we wanted to do our little. We're at the end. We're like, oh, we should log back on. It was the kissing compatibility, and like how everyone feels about certain things.
Yes,
we can do that later because that came up.
You all know I hate bad kissers.
Yeah, we don't like that. Yeah, it stirred up a lot of other kisses and hers and mine, and we're like, what? It's so important. I honestly think it's almost everything. Really,
not everything, but like it can totally kill your vibe for a person.
Not everything, because obviously that's whatever, but everything that makes a couple. You can have the compatibility, you can have the friendship, you can have all of this, but if you're not enjoying them intimately, they're your friend.
Absolutely.
So that's where it's almost everything.
Absolutely.
In that aspect, in my mind. But anyway, what y'all missed was this was a pretty recent, within the last 6 months.
Less than that, so. Probably like last 3 months.
I think it started like maybe ended 3 months. I don't know. I'm horrible. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm horrible with time. But anyway, I was just doing my thing. I think I just gone and got my dreads done, and I was like, oh, I want a glass of wine and a salad. So I go to my little local watering hole, and the whole bar is full, and there's just one seat all the way down at the end. So I go and
I got to experience her local watering hole after a really bad date I had, because I called her last minute. It was like, you gotta go do something.
Was that the night that I'm like, I just left them in there?
Yeah.
I didn't recall.
Yeah, because I remember I called you, and you were like, aren't you supposed to be on a date? And I was like, yeah, but I left because it was really bad. So, like, meet me. And you were like, okay, come pick me up.
Okay. Yeah, it's cute though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
sat outside. So she went to her local watering hole, got a salad and wine.
That was like 6 o'clock. Sorry I'm turned, but my ankle's hurting.
You're fine.
I feel rude. So yeah, I sit down and we start chatting. He was with a friend of his, and I'm not thinking too much of it at first. I had seen him in there before, and I thought he was kind of cute. Whatever. So when I sat down, I'm not thinking anything. But then his friend leaves, and we keep chatting. And now I think we left at 2 a.m.
And was his friend the same friend that I met at Music Bingo?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, they're buddies.
Okay.
So they were together.
We like the friend.
Yeah, he's cool. So he and I chit-chat into the night, and then exchanged phone numbers. And then we talked the next day, and he started planning a date. So I'd never really been on a date.
What do you mean?
Like a real date. like someone asked me on a date, plan something. I mean, I'd say pick me up. It doesn't even have to happen like that. But I've never had anything like this. So I was like, oh my God, wow, yeah, like I'm down for this, you know?
Mhm.
And he put a lot of thought into it. And it was a really great date. We went to a Van Gogh exhibit.
Oh, fun. Oh, I wanted to go to that when it was here.
That one wasn't the one. There was two.
Oh, okay.
So when they do come around again, we'll go. Be careful. The one we went to was good, but it wasn't what I expected, which is the one you're thinking of.
Got it.
But yes, we definitely should go because I want to see the other one. But it was really cool. So we, this artsy thing, and then we went and grabbed some. I think we had some coffees, and then we strolled. Just kind of, he had some things in mind, but we're kind of just doing things as we felt. And then he said, "Do you want to do this, that?" Then by the end of the long walk, we ended up, margaritas and tacos, and
So this ended up being like an all day into the evening date.
this was all day, yeah. And it was just flowing, and it was fun.
Mhm.
I can just do whatever. I liked that he planned, but he didn't plan it like rigidly.
Mhm.
There were options, and if it wasn't going well, then we could stop. But it was great. Very different than what I'm used to. When I say don't go on dates, let's vibe check, let's link up, let's grab a couple drinks.
It's
not
not
really a
something
date.
that's like planned out.
Right. And
Yeah.
then usually that goes well. And then, when do you want to hang again? Then we do that again and again and again and again. And then you're either dating or you don't like each other anymore.
Mhm.
So, no, I hadn't really had any dates. So, I really, really liked that about him. We had a lot to talk about. He seemed very kind. He planned this. It was lovely. So, we just started spending more time together. And he would look at other things that we could do, like planning more dates. And I'm like, this is really nice. Like, I
Mhm.
really like this. I enjoyed being with him. But early on, he had shared with me that he was only in this area for work. That I never understood what he did to this day. I don't understand this job. He'd been here before for work.
Okay.
And this time he had been here already like 4 months. And I'm like, well, how long could you stay for? And he's like, I don't know. So I didn't know if he was coming or going. And at this point now I'm more alert to like, okay, I can't like this one too
So
much.
you're like, this person's fun, like I'm gonna keep vibing, but like I'm also not expecting anything long term kind of deal.
Right. Where I was like, well, I guess we'll see how long he stays. He could stay indefinitely. Like there
Mhm.
was all this up in the air. But instead of me getting too excited, I was like, all right, there's no point in squashing this right now because what do I have to lose?
Mhm.
We're enjoying each other and who knows what the future holds. So
Yeah.
I was open to that, but at the same time guarded. And so we just did that. We just kept doing things, having fun. And then it would feel like it was getting more serious. So then we would talk. And he just was like, I cannot commit to you. I don't know if I'm staying. And I'm like, I understand that, but in the way that this is going, you see how confusing this is for me.
Right.
You're acting
Like
he acted like we were
together.
together. But in talking about it, he couldn't commit. So that was very confusing to my brain. And then it got more confusing because for work, where he stayed was like an hour from where he worked, which was down the road from where I lived. So when we spent all this time together, now he's over all the time. I'm like, just stay. No reason to drive all the way home,
Right.
drive back. So that happened. And then before you know it, he's low-key living there.
What do you mean by that?
But like basically he lived there without a conversation. I say low-key because I didn't give him a key. Not even like if you stayed with me for 2 weeks, a month as a friend, like I'd give you a key. You can come and go. I would not, even
Like,
if I,
hey, you're in between places, like here you go, like just do your thing.
yeah. And I was very cautious not to do that in this situation. Like even if I worked on the weekend and didn't have anything to do, I wasn't like, oh well, here's my key so you can come and go. Like, see you back here. Like those things you used to do.
Yeah.
Don't do those. Like he was just there all the time. So that was confusing to me because now you're coming into my space, we're acting like a couple, but you can't commit to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's again confusing my brain, and every time I got more and more confused, I pushed him
And
further
did y'all
away.
have conversations about it or not really?
Well, this got even more confusing. The only conversation we had about moving forward was that if he had to go back, that I could move there,
And where was that?
Tennessee.
Okay.
So you won't commit to me here, but if you move, you care enough about me, you want me to come with you. When we'd known each other for like 2 or 3 months, 2
Mm-hmm.
months or whatever. And then now I'm more alert because now I'm like, okay, he's not paying attention to me. He's not paying attention to my story. He's not paying attention to what I'm doing right now in my life, or even paying attention to the fact that I'm not that kind of woman. I'm gonna drop everything I'm doing for a man. I'm just not. Like, if we decided,
Which really they say you shouldn't, right? Like, you should still have your own things in your own lives, but have things together as well. Like studies show that.
yeah,
Because you need time to miss each other too.
you do. You need time to miss each other, and I never needed as much alone time as I do now. And I don't need a ton of it, but like when I say he was always there, I didn't have time to breathe
Mm-hmm.
because I would work so much that when I was there, he wanted all of me. And I couldn't.
I'll never forget when my ex and I moved in together. This was years ago. It was like that, but not because it was like that. It was I went to work later than he did, and then he came home earlier than I did. So there was never really a point where I had like the house to myself ever.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd come home, and he had been home for 2 hours, right? So I walk in, and he's like, "How's your day?" And this, that, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking kill this man!" Like, no. So after the first week, I was like, "Yo, we have to talk." Like, when I walk in, say hi, give me a kiss, and then shut the fuck up for an hour. Because if not, like, we are not gonna last. Like, I talk all day at work and I have to decompress. Or you are not gonna get a kind side of me.
If this is the first episode you're watching, this is Corey. I love it as soon as you can't talk to her in the morning either.
No.
That's why I'm like, I know what's coming. Be kind and then be gone.
But having that conversation was good. Like, he did. He like literally the next day, like, hi, kiss, and he left. He let me do my thing for an hour. He like did his thing for an hour, and then I was able to come and like be the normal person he's used to seeing, right? And like have like a conversation, right? Exactly, basically.
It's a good description for you, actually. For sure.
On the retreat I was on earlier this week, one of the kids said, I didn't know how to take it. Thank God she said, like, I love it so much, because she told me I had ferret energy. I was like, what?
Did you ask her to elaborate?
No, so we did these like affirmation bags where we write each other affirmations, and then at the end of the retreat you get to take your affirmation bag home. And that was on my affirmation, like, you have ferret energy and I love every minute of it. And I was just like, I don't know.
Ferret. I'm gonna dig into that a little bit. I gotta see what she's seeing.
I mean, ferrets are like super hyper, and they like to be with you, and they like shiny things, and so I guess it's all good.
Okay, I'm still gonna dig a little deeper into that. But yeah, So I know you'll probably ask me if I had that conversation.
Yeah.
Not in like a sit down conversation, but I would share with him like, I can't right now. Like, I'm feeling very overwhelmed. I wouldn't say like, you can't do this, you can't do that, but I would share with him my mood. And I mean, my aura spoke first. He didn't get that. And he brought something out in me. You saw it happen. He brought something out in me. I don't get mad. And I got mad.
You guys, this man bought her a gift and she was like annoyed by the gift.
I got mad. I'm still mad about it, actually. So you have to understand, it wasn't that he was just doing something kind and I don't know how to handle that. That's not what that was. So I'm privy to manipulation. He was triggering me. Like, I had left him. Oh, that's how that, because he didn't have a key, but Crystal was around. So like he could come and go and like she was around. So that's what it was. So I get home.
And was she annoyed by it?
Oh. She and I talked about it. And I said, I won't need you to be honest with me if this makes you uncomfortable and blah, blah, blah. She liked him. So unless like you were stuck in this, because she could go in her room.
Yeah.
She could get away. Could not. And so this day I worked, like, I think I worked both jobs that day. Super long day. And I get home to him in the kitchen with this new device, the biggest Instapot you can find. They're like this big.
I was going to say, I can't see.
They're really big. I live in a little apartment. And just to backpedal a little bit, I did want one. We discussed this, but I wanted a small one.
She wanted one like what I have. I have a smaller one. Actually, when she walked in today, she was like, I want that one.
It's good size. I'd probably use it more. But they also have them that are also air fryers in one.
Yeah.
So here I'm trying to simplify in my life. I don't have a microwave. What can I use? An air fryer. One thing. One thing. But anyway, he's in the kitchen cooking. I walk into him cooking in this new big pot in my kitchen. Bought all these spices, like. So I was like, oh, what are you doing? And he was like, oh, guess what I'm making? And I don't know if he thought it was my favorite. It's not, whatever. And inside I'm feeling so mean for how I'm feeling. And I was like, oh, okay, that sounds good.
What was he making?
It was like pot roast or something.
I thought it was chili.
My favorite? What did he make? What he made?
Yeah.
Oh no, he made a few things in that pot. That chili was bomb. That was so good. That was good. But this particular night, he's in my kitchen cooking in this pot. Something he thinks is my favorite, and I didn't like it. But he was like, I said, where'd you get that? He's like, oh, I went out and got this today, for you. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you. I don't cook, guys. Like, I don't cook that much at all. So now I'm like, oh, for me. And so I'm actually
maybe that was his hint at you, like he wanted you to cook, but he didn't want to say that.
I don't think so. He likes cooking. That's part of the problem in this scenario. So now I'm boiling inside. And I'm like, okay, you went and you bought that for me. That's not for me. You're the one that enjoys cooking. And
like you bought that for you, but you are here all the time. So it's for me because it's in my house.
Yeah. Also, another way that he was getting cozy. I was like, I don't like what's happening here. I am picking up what you're putting down, sir. Like, not my first fucking rodeo. He was getting really cozy. He bought these, like, he goes, oh, I bought these big Rubbermaid things. Like, he and his grandfather used to, like, cook pots and pots of food and, like, divvy them up in bags and put them in freezers and stuff, you know? I don't have room in my freezer to do that, for one. I don't cook like that. Everything he bought was large. The Tupperwares, the baggies. Like, have you seen my freezer? No. So I'm like, oh my God, this is not happening. Like, it just felt like he was one more toe in the door. I didn't let him have a whole foot. So I was just one toe at a time. He's coming in. And yeah, I was mad. And I am very in tune with my body. So I was like, what is wrong? I'm not supposed to be reacting this way to a gesture like this. And I couldn't help it. And I'm pretty short with him. I don't think I explained how I was feeling in that moment. I was very confused as to why I was so mad until later. But I was like, oh, okay, thank you. And then I did tell him I was stressed out. I said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being short. Like, I am just really stressed out. At that time, I was working between 3 jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And I was new to them. So you remember in the beginning, just me figuring out how I'm supposed to do my schedules. I had bought a day planner for the first time. Like, everything, it was just a lot. It's still a lot, but it was a lot, like learning it. So, and then he was there all the time. And then when I would tell him that I was stressed out, he would stress me out more by trying to help. That sounds so bitchy. It was such a confusing
I don't think it's like
situation.
bitchy though. I think different people like try to help people in different ways, and like y'all just weren't compatible in that way.
So this is the thing, and I could be wrong. This is just my perception. I should ask Crystal her take. Like, we've talked, but I should ask her take because I'm just thinking about this now. Like, to explain a little bit, it's my perception, but I felt like he had a bit of an agenda because of his situation. Like, it's a very comfortable place to stay with a very cute girl, you know? So he could have been just wanting to be there for the sake of being there. It made his life easier. It was fun. He didn't have to drive. He didn't have to stay in the crappy place that they put him up in. Like, he was doing so much better in his life hanging with me. So I can't even say it didn't feel like it was for me. It didn't feel like it was because he was falling for me. Didn't feel like that. So I think that's why I was like on high alert to his actions and what they actually meant. And then there were just some trigger points too.
But do you think he was like doing it in like a skeevy way, or do you think it was more of like, I feel better and my life is better when I'm with this person, and was just acting based off that feeling?
Maybe a little of both.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he was a vindictive person. But I just know some people can do that. Some people can just kind of for me to be with someone that much and try to move in with them, like, I'm going somewhere with them. I would never do it just to like better myself or my situation or like just because this is fun, like, and give off wrong signals or whatever. But like, the confusing part to my psyche though is he couldn't commit to me. So if you're saying that your life's better with me, then we need to discuss that and how that can happen, and not just he set himself up perfectly. We're not in a relationship, but I have to deal with all the things of a relationship.
So it was a situationship
on steroids. It was a lot. It was a lot because then I had all these triggers, like just examples. I had worked, oh my God, I was in this mood a lot and realizing a lot of it was him. Because I wasn't short with other people, and I still work a lot. And I don't feel like that anymore. But I think it was the fact that he didn't give me my space, and he would act as though he was listening to what I needed, but he didn't act on it.
So like the words didn't align with the actions.
Like a specific day I remember I had been, I think, did I just work I think I might have just worked, I think it was a Thursday. I think we did our thing. We worked and then this, and then I got home. And I had said to him that I needed a little bit of space, like a little time. I said, I am feeling really overwhelmed. I have a text from my sister from this morning that I have not responded to. And that's very unlike me. I would find some time in the day, and I hadn't had any chance whatsoever. And he was, oh my God, well, why don't you take the time right now? We were just sitting on the couch like this, and I was like, oh my God, thank you. Okay. And I reach for my phone, and he grabs me and pulls me back. He goes, unless of course you want to cuddle.
Oh my gosh, I would have been so angry.
I was because I'm like, what was that? Because now you're just trying to like manipulate me into.
So did you pull like a Corey and say something?
I did. I was like, oh my God, no. I don't want that. I want to be able to finish this thought. I want to be able to do this. And he's like, oh my God, do your thing. And like kind of like laughed it off. But that moment I was like, okay, you're telling me to take this space, but then that motion made me feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to him, I don't remember if it was that night. So much happened in that little kitchen. I had this conversation with him and I said, listen, I can't. This is too much. I need space. I am stressed out. And he was like, well, what can I do to help you? Is there anything?
Give me space. Go home.
But do you see how simple that
or
is?
Go on a walk. Get out of my house.
Yeah. So this might tie it together, the bit of confusion, because I'm basically telling him that, right? That's what
I heard. Like I told you how to help me. I literally just said I needed space.
Yeah. And I said, I'm just really stressed out. I'm working a lot. And I was, trying to take care of myself. That takes time, and like fit my walks in, and just need to be a well-oiled machine. I need to flow. I need to do my thing. And so he was like, well, I can't help you at all. And I said, what do you pay my bills? Because right now, that's really what's stressing me out is just getting my footing. And I'm not complaining about it. I'm fine.
Right. Like I knew I signed up for this.
Yeah.
Moving.
Like, I am not complaining. And he said, well, I could help pay the rent. I'm here all the time. I said, oh, no. There was no key and no exchange of money. No. And I just looked at him. I said, no. And if I were to allow you to do that, if I were to allow you to swoop in here and just fix all my financial problems, then you're taking away from what I'm doing for myself. Yes, I would love that for a partner in my life when the time is right for me to be able to breathe a little bit and let someone help me out financially. I'm not there yet. So until then, I feel you're taking away from what I'm working towards for myself. Not that it's about money, but just my goals that I have. And just the thought of that, like, does he think that like that's gonna fix what's happening with us? No, because you're just not listening. There were so many like little subtle manipulative little things, and maybe I made little things bigger because I've had bigger happen. And like now I'm like, no, I'm not falling for that.
Yeah.
I'm not falling for that. So in the end, the part that I forgot last week, and this is a big part of it, was that not only did he stay, he stopped wanting to do things. He stopped planning dates.
Don't love that.
It was only, we were talking for what, 3 months total? And you're already going back to like cozy land?
Well, and like for me too, like I love going out. Like I'm good with like a night at home, but I also like I want to balance of also going out and doing things. And like it doesn't like a date doesn't have to be expensive is the thing.
No. Like it doesn't have to cost a penny.
You could like literally go to a grocery store and get like snack stuff and like pick the girl up and like go to the beach and have like a sunset picnic or something, like, or at a park, or you could go on a walk and like land at a cute, I don't know, coffee shop or something at the end of the walk. Like that's what you planned. Like it's the effort and the um presence that matters more than like how much you're spending. And don't get me wrong, I love a night where I can like put on a cute dress and get dolled up for the dude I'm dating. Like also definitely enjoy that. But like at the end of the day, like I just want the time and the effort to see that like I think what guys don't understand is like the planning of a date and that effort is also tied to how much a girl feels that you desire them.
Yes. And also because my love language, which I didn't believe, is acts of service. So I feel, and I learned this in my marriage even, like my ex-husband would joke with me and be like, "Oh, so if I vacuumed the floor, that would make you hot for me?" And I was like, "Yeah, maybe." And it's not the act of it. It's not the fact that I don't have to do it.
It's the fact that he took the time to do it for you.
For me. Like,
Yeah.
let me take something off her plate. Let me recognize that she's stressed or she's busy or she's been holding the weight around here. So in this situation, much smaller scale, you know, him not wanting to do anything anymore and just being at the apartment when I'm working and I don't have more than a day sometimes, an evening. I'm not staying home. And if I am, it's alone sleeping in my bed, resting up and having me time. You know what I mean? But like there was a specific day that I just recognized this was happening. And I said something because we had talked about doing something, a couple things, and then he retracted. And then this particular day, it was a beautiful Sunday, and we discussed going to check out a new town that I hadn't seen. So not a big day, not an expensive day, just I think it was like a half an hour drive or something. So nothing big because we had like a big trip plan that just wasn't happening. Um, so we were going to do something like this instead. And then he started up the damn pot. Guess he was making that chili that you were talking about.
Got it.
And then he's like, put it in, and I'm taking a shower. I'm starting to get ready. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, well, it needs to simmer for like another 4 hours or something. And I'm like right now? 4 hours. Right now. He's like, oh, did you want to do something? And I said, I thought we discussed taking this drive. And he was like, oh, well, the fact that you slept in, I didn't think that we were going to do that anymore.
But it's only a 30-minute drive.
And I didn't sleep till noon.
It's not like it's hours away.
It was my one day off. So yes, I did not set an alarm. I may have gotten up maybe between 9 and 10 or something because it was.
So it still was like morning.
Yes, ma'am. And he was like, well, you slept in. I said, it's 30 minutes away. And
yeah, I mean, I could understand if you were going somewhere like 2 or 3 hours away where you really needed to be there all day to make it like worth the drive. But like,
yeah, that was the other trip that we ended up not doing because that wasn't in the cards.
A 30-minute drive, like you could drive 30 minutes and go for 2 or 3 hours and then drive home.
Yeah, that's what we did. He turned that damn pot off. It had been cooking so much anyway. I'm like, I don't think it needs any more simmering, and it's not going to happen right now. So he's like, oh, we can finish this later. I'm like, yeah, we can. Oh, my Lord. So, yeah, we did that, and that was a decent day. And I'm glad we did it. Like, I need to start, like, exploring. But
yeah,
the whole thing was, like, I've been telling you I'm stressed. I'm telling you I don't have time for anything. You're going to call me out for sleeping in on my one day off, and then
9 o'clock
you want me to stay home and watch you babysit a chili? No, no, sir.
So how did it all
end? So it's the principle. If they're all these things are just the principle of it all.
Yeah,
it just is. So how did it end? I was calling somebody. Oh.
Well, and not only that, but I would think, like, if someone was feeling that way, like, they would walk in the room and be like, "Hey, like, I don't know if you still wanna, like, go do that activity today, but, like, maybe start waking up if you do."
Yeah, he just assumed. He was trying to get out of it.
Oh, for sure.
He was trying to get out of it. So he had to go back to Tennessee, and I originally was going to go with him because I had gone there once before, met some of his family, and then between work and everything, I'm like, I don't really think I can take the time off, and the way I was feeling towards him, I'm like, I don't think it's a good idea
Mhm.
that I'm there. It will be not that I would have done it on purpose, but you can feel energy, and I would have been here. Yeah, my brain would have been here. Yeah, I wouldn't have been a problem or anything like that. What I'm talking about, but I would not have been present,
Mhm.
and he needed to be present
Mhm.
this particular time. And then so when he was there, like he kept extending the trip and like talked about job interviews. It just got a little bit more distant.
Yeah.
And he could feel my energy, and I guess maybe he started listening to what I was saying to him, but like in his time away he was reflecting, and I was going to speak to him when he got back because it could not go back to how it was. It just can't. So he did some reflecting, and he ended up sending me this really long text that pinpointed every little itty bitty thing, where I was quite impressed, actually. And I'm like, did he bug my apartment? Like, is he listening to me talk to Crystal or talk to you on the phone and
Yeah.
just hear like my complaints because he nailed them?
So he obviously knew what he was doing, if that's the case.
Yeah, and he even said like if I overstayed my welcome and this and that and whatever. So he said, from my understanding, um, I feel like I'm going to give you what you need in that space. I was like, I didn't have to have the talk because I was going to have the talk, even though I shouldn't have had to because I had been vocal. But yeah, he basically had the talk himself, shared his feelings, and said, just let me know if I'm wrong. I said, you are not wrong.
Mhm.
You nailed it. I said right now I need to focus on myself. Like I can't. It's too much. You don't know if you're coming and going. It's confusing. I need to focus on myself. So he said, all right, well,
Well, it doesn't
we'll
like you don't want to be put in a position where you're like the girlfriend to someone who won't make you their girlfriend.
that's the point. Like none of it felt good.
Yeah.
We enjoyed each other. We had fun. I mean, I have fun everywhere. I can have fun with anyone, So if you're going to be in my life, you need to add to my life. If
Mhm.
you're going to be in it like to that extent,
Right.
and you're making me feel, he would make me feel bad. Like I remember one night in the kitchen, I said that to him too. I was like, when you say this, when you do this, when you pull me in, when you know I'm stressed out, I said, you're making me feel like I can't be there for you. Like I can't fulfill what you need. Like I don't have the capacity to. If it's
Mhm.
like this, I can't. I
Mhm.
don't have that right now.
Yeah.
And every time you try to like lighten the mood or try to make me feel better, I'm like, you're making me feel worse.
Yeah, like sometimes you just need to sit in your feelings to be able to process those feelings. And it's okay to be uncomfortable during that time.
But I think that he was uncomfortable with me being uncomfortable because he knew he was the reason. I didn't act like that anywhere else with
Like I
nobody
said
else.
before, go home.
So he was probably like, "Oh shit, you know, this is a lot for her. This is stressing her out. So let me do everything I can do so that she doesn't push me away."
Which really, the thing he could have done was go to his place and give you space for a few nights.
Mm-hmm. No. Instead, he stayed and then smothered me in trying to make me feel better for smothering me. Do you understand how confusing that is? So confusing. It was so confusing. So, we decided we would just be friends because he said he would like that. And I said, okay. that works for me because we get along. And so when he got back, he wanted to hang out. So we did, and it was not uncomfortable. I forget what we did. I think we just went to dinner. And then we saw each other a couple of times after. He had a birthday gift for me. I had something for him. And then we just talked less and less. Didn't see each other as much, even as friends. That's how it goes. Until the most recent, when he had reached out and said he left his job, lost his job, whatever it was, and he's going back to Tennessee. And I said, okay. And I was actually relieved for him, like some sort of direction.
Right.
Yeah,
like
so
at
now,
least he knew what was going on and knew to like apply for other places and whatever. Yeah.
And now you can go focus on, getting it together over there rather than limbo. Like I couldn't live like that.
Yeah, I couldn't either.
I'm like, I'd ask him questions. I'm like, how do you not know this? How do you not ask these questions? How are you still in this position? Because this is really weird.
Yeah.
But I would say like maybe a month or so went by, and he said, I'm going. Do you want to hang out once before I leave? I said, absolutely. Love to see you. And Crystal was like, oh my God, I'd love to see him. So the four of us went out, the buddy he was with that night, and me and Crystal, and we met out first because they had already been out all day drinking. And she and I go to the little local watering hole, and we're having a drink, and they meet up. And they seemed okay at the time, but we decided we were going to go downtown. And they call an Uber, so we all Uber down there. And then with every minute, like when we were at the bar, the first one, he and I weren't even talking. It was weird. We were just kind of like sitting next to each other outside, and Crystal and his friend were chit-chatting away. And I was kind of tired, almost didn't want to go out. But then I was like, we'll do this. We'll go downtown. Then once we get down there, he's flirty. He's dancing with me. I'm trying to pull away. Like a couple of times, like Crystal didn't even know where I went. We'd go into a new place and I would just like beeline for the stage by myself. No friends, nothing. Just trying not to grab another drink, chill. And then they would find me with a drink and I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Right, like I'm tapping out.
I'm done with the drinking. His buddy is done. Like done. Like he's like, I'm gonna go home. I'm like, okay, I'm ready too. We can go. And he didn't want to leave. He's like, oh, it's my last night. Crystal's like, oh, it's his last night.
You're like, Crystal, take the hint.
Okay. So then we're walking down the street and she's like, oh, it's his choice because it's his last night. And he brings this into this bar. I hated it. Hated it there. So I'm just up there waiting for it to be over. And he was here, Crystal, me, and then this guy started talking to me. And I was not interested in this man, not that it mattered, but we were just chit-chatting. And then before we left, he made some comment to me about the guy talking to me in a way that I felt like he was a little jealous. And I was like, I just brushed it off. I was like, I could be his mother. Like, I am not interested. And he was like, well, you can't blame the kid for trying, right? And I was like, making this joke or whatever. So then we go to the next place, the last place, and he is still trying with me and dancing with me. And I got myself another water. And then he orders another drink that we were drinking. And I'm thinking he's getting Crystal another one because he got her one at the last place where I had water. And he ordered two. And now he hands it to me. So now I'm holding my drink and the water. We go to the dance floor. And then he takes my water, puts it down at a table behind me in my hand to start dancing with me. And I'm like, no, like, no.
You're like, I wanted the water, not the drink.
Exactly, for one. And I've said I didn't really want to dance all night long. So now why are we just acting like we're this happy couple? Then he must have said something to the girl next to us. And she leans into me and she's like, he's coming on to me. First of all, I don't know what he said to her. And I just looked at her and I said, have at it. I don't care. Like, I think he was trying to make me jealous.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you not reading the room here? It's so frustrating. So I'm getting agitated. I just want to go home. So we leave there. And I said, Crystal, I just called the Uber. I looked at him and I said, you call your Uber? And he's like, well, I'm going to take your Uber home with you, and then I'll Uber from there. I was like, okay. So we're in the car. His hand goes on my knee. I could feel Crystal go like this. I didn't want to laugh. So we're both just like looking out the window. I'm like, I can't. Then the arm around me. And I'm like, I did not give off this vibe at all. So then we're getting close, and Crystal's like, oh my God, I'm beelining straight to my bed. I'm like, I'm going to knock out. And he was like, oh, so I should. And he takes his arm away. And I'm like, yeah, you should. So we get out of the car, and I said, you call your Uber? Like, you're not staying here. I don't know what you're trying. You're not staying here.
Yeah.
Because if he Ubered from where we were, it was so closer to than my place. So in hindsight, he came all the way to my place and then had to go.
Well,
so like
he was under the impression he was gonna like try to sway you, I think.
Yeah. I was not having it. So he's like, oh, I'll call it now. You don't have to wait. And I was like, well, we're gonna wait outside with you. And so he's like, well, I want to come up. I'm like, you're gonna miss your Uber. And he's like, no, I won't. I want to see the plants. He had given me a couple clippings of plants that I somehow didn't kill. They're growing. And I was like, they're fine. You're gonna miss your. He's like, I'm not gonna miss my Uber. So he comes up and he's chit-chatting away like he doesn't have an Uber coming in a minute. And I'm like, you're gonna miss your Uber. I just got an attitude. It's making Crystal uncomfortable because she's standing there. I don't talk to people like this. Like, he brings something out in me. I was so agitated, and like I walk him to the door, and he said, oh, by the way, my buddy said I can stay with him this week just so I can see everyone before I go. Do you want to hang out again? I said, no. No. First of all, you just weaseled me into this. Like, I don't get much time, and I gave you tonight. No.
Mm-hmm.
And tonight, if you thought tonight went well, what? No. And so I get him to the door, and he says, he's all being all dramatic. Like, if I never see you again, I've enjoyed every moment of getting to know you. And I shut the door. I said, we'll talk. I swear to God, the best way to put it, I had one client in my 26 years of doing hair that I talked to like this. Something happened to me. And my coworker used to say, Amy, I don't know what happens when she sits in your chair. It's like you hop out of your body and you become someone else. That's the only energy I can think of. And with her, I did figure out it was a trigger from my past with her. And he probably is too, just not as pinpointy. Just all these little ways. And I'm like, no. And no, I haven't talked to him since.
I was gonna ask you that.
No.
That was my next question.
I literally woke up the next day like, you need to let go of this feeling. I was just like still so agitated, and it was over. And I did expect, and we should not expect anything. Zero expectations. But I thought I'd get a text saying I'm sorry. For drinking too much, even like I'd been out since noon. Like, you don't have to apologize for it, but an explanation. Like, I had been out since noon. If I acted any type of way, like, my apologies. Or, hey, thanks for coming out and spending the night with me before I moved.
It was good to see you before I left.
Something. Nothing. Crickets. Zero. I might get something on social media here and there. A recipe or something. Or a place.
Big pot.
Yeah. Or a place to check out. Yeah, that's it. I think that's weird. If you're not going to communicate, then don't communicate at all. You're communicate through Facebook. Really? That's how it ended. It ended, and then it ended again. It's too much.
It is a lot. I remember too in the beginning, you were like, I don't know about this one. Like, he seems nice and I like his effort, but I'm also not attracted to him. So I'm just not sure.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling that chemistry right away. I found him attractive, and we had great conversation, but I wasn't like, I didn't feel that explosion, that feeling that I need. But then again, too, I'm also learning about myself, and that feeling is not always a healthy thing.
I was just gonna say that that's not always a healthy thing. Like you have to have like some physical attraction, right? Um, but a lot of times what a lot of research is saying now is like when you feel the like quote unquote fireworks, that's actually anxiety.
Mhm.
And you should actually take a step back and say, like, why am I feeling anxious? Because the person that's meant for you actually is supposed to bring you calm and peace, not anxiety.
Exactly. And it was years ago. Like, I'm just starting to understand that now. But since my divorce, and I've been dating 8 years, 9 years, eight ish. And all my clients knew me so well. They had known me since before I was married and through everything. And I would talk about that I'd meet someone, they're like, "Oh, I think so." And I go, "This wasn't feeling." I say, "My feelings don't grow. I need to just know right off the bat. I need that spark." They said, "If you feel those fireworks, run." I was like, "That makes no sense." Now it does.
Like, you want chemistry and attraction, but with that, you want to feel like calm and peaceful, not I don't want to say not so excited because you want to be excited, but it shouldn't be this like dopamine rise of excitement.
Yeah,
It
because
should be a steady, like even keel excitement from what I've read and understand.
right. And so I've learned a lot from what I've read too,
Mm-hmm.
and talking to other people. What was
It's my
that?
water bottle.
Oh, it sounded like it was outside. Like, you got someone out there?
Not
It's dark
that I'm
out on
aware
her
of.
on her porch. I was
It'd
like,
be
what
a
was that?
scary moment if
I was scared for a moment, actually. So that I'm learning a lot, but I'm also not trying to be textbook.
For sure, every situation's gonna be different.
Yeah,
For
so
sure.
like we talk about every date, every connection, we learn about ourselves. So I'm not going to say I know everything. I'm not going to say what I've read is right. I'm not going to say it's all the man
Right.
either. I'm learning like, okay, I wasn't feeling super excited in the beginning, but this is a kind man who's come into my life. So I'm trying to try different things. I'm trying to get to know people slowly, and maybe it will grow over time. Maybe it won't. I don't know. I'm allowing different in.
Yeah.
So I'm exploring it, if you will. I don't know what's going to work for me. I don't know if it's one of these textbooks things at all. It's just got to be the right person.
Yeah.
And there's only one way to find out. So, like, I'm trying to not run after that feeling anymore. I actually read something yesterday. I might have sent it to you. It said an anxious woman is drawn to the chemistry, where a secure woman is more drawn to the compatibility. And that rings true for me because I was a very anxious attachment style human when I was not understanding the fireworks and run. Because now in hindsight, I realize a lot of my excitement was angst, and that in what I learned about that connection, it was never mine. I was just on the potential, hanging on the hope, hanging on the time, just and then they go.
It's funny. I feel like with Hottie, with the body specifically, I was very anxious attachment.
Mm-hmm.
But if I looked at myself with the what did him? My long term dude. Can't remember his name, but the one that we broke up because he kept having those fear of commitments. I actually was not anxious at all with him because he was so consistent with his communication, and and just his actions for the most part, unless he was having his moments of freak out, right? But overall, the majority of the time, he was very consistent where his actions matched his words. And he was very consistent in like communicating with me, whether it be a call or a text or coming to see me every week. And so I was just living my normal life because I didn't have that anxious attachment style at all. Like I felt so, it was the first time in a relationship where I felt completely secure, where I didn't have to worry in any way. And so I think you could also be, and this is not textbook, this is my opinion. You can be different types of attachment styles with different people based
People bring
on
them out
yeah,
in you.
yeah. And like for instance, like actually I was FaceTiming him before we got on this, but like that new guy I said I went on a couple dates with, we're still talking. I will tell y'all about him eventually. I'm just not ready yet. But I feel very for the same reason as I did with my ex, like so far, like I felt very like calm and peaceful and like no worries, no anxiety because his communication is very good with me. Where I'm never like questioning anything because he's so transparent about things.
I think that's where a lot of anxiety comes, is just, you know, for me anyway, was I didn't know where I stood. And I could handle being put anywhere on your spectrum. Just tell me where I am.
Yeah,
I'm not going to freak out if it's not going in the way that I want. Just tell me that.
exactly.
I just need to know where I stand, and I need consistency. And that's, I'm glad you brought that up, because in the beginning of this with Nashville, we're calling him Nashville. That's one thing that I said was prior to him. I did say the universe is going to throw me one more lesson, which I will say I feel is this doesn't sound super healthy. I feel like this was a healthier lesson than what I've been through before, because what drew me in, to be fair, how I got sucked into this situation was I said that. He called when he said he was going to call. He texted when he said he was going to text. He showed up when he said he was going to. He never tried to get out of anything. He never backpedaled. He was very consistent. I was like, oh my God, this feels great.
Well, especially I think you and me have both experienced many dating scenarios where like the person is not consistent and we make like excuses and benefits of the doubt, like, oh, they're busy, oh, they're this, oh, they're that.
Yeah,
and
or we're not exclusive yet, so I can't expect this.
Exactly. And the reality is like the right person for you is like they want to be consistent with you because they want you.
Mm-hmm.
And consistency builds trust
Mm-hmm.
and safety and security more than I think money does. It builds that emotional safety and like knowing that that person is being consistent and reliable allows especially women to sit back and not feel like they have to be in control, because when that consistency is done, where that trust is built, you know your guy's got it. So you can like be in your feminine, as they call it, because you're like, okay, I can just be here, you know?
Yeah, that would be nice. But yeah, you said something else. I'm gonna lose my train of thought about consistency. Like, this wasn't it, but someone did say to me one time. He was telling me about it. One of his friends. He's like, "Oh yeah, my friend, blah blah blah. He's such an asshole, but he's consistently an asshole. So at least you always know what you're gonna get." So that's how important consistency is. He still called him his friend.
Yeah.
You know, he was an asshole to him per se.
Yeah.
But whenever I heard that, I'm like, oh, consistency really fucking matters.
Oh,
You
it
just
really
need
matters.
to know. Yeah, I like to know where I stand, and like, and maybe this is from my traumas, but like, it's not even always about losing the person. Like some people say, oh, you don't get jealous, or you don't care where they're at when you're not communicating, or this and that. And some people are like, no, I don't care, because if they're for me, they're gonna end up showing up, or they're gonna leave.
Well, it's also like if they're for you, they're also going to act right outside of your presence as well as in your presence. where you shouldn't have to worry.
You shouldn't, but I think somewhere along the lines for me is not just anxiety of the like being fearful of losing them. It's being the fear of being lied to, deceit. So like if people are talking or you don't know where you stand and you think this and they're doing that and other people know, like I've been in that situation, that doesn't feel good. I'd rather you just leave.
Mhm.
So I'm not always fearful of being abandoned per se. I'm fearful of being lied to. Just that feeling of deceit. Just let me know where I stand.
Yeah.
That's an important thing for me. And I don't think that's an insecurity. It's just a factual thing for me. That's something that's very important. Like,
Well, it's a non-negotiable for you.
yeah,
I'm that way too. Like I don't like being lied to. Like
no,
at all.
especially when you're such an easy person to talk to. Like I tell them, just tell me. Even if you think it's going to hurt me, what's going to hurt me more is you lying to me. I can handle a lot. I can handle a lot. I just can't handle a lie. So if you're lying to me to spare my feelings,
You're actually not really sparing my feelings.
not at all.
Yeah.
And then you're going to ruin even a friendship with me.
Exactly.
I can't have that.
Like, I can't lie.
I've been this way my whole life. When I met my ex-husband, I was 19 years old. And we started dating and like becoming a thing. And I said, can I just tell you something? Like I said, there's one thing I don't tolerate. And it's lying and cheating. And we were kids. So like I just said, I didn't know where this was going. And I said, you know what? Life happens. If ever you meet someone that makes you happier than me, just tell me, please. That's it. Just tell me. He didn't tell me. He didn't tell me. And I said that to somebody else that I was dating. And then I shared that with my therapist. And he was like, oh, like, I think it's normal. I think it's communication. And he goes, do you know what I hear? I said, what's that? He goes, I hear you saying, hey, can you just let me know before you abandon me? I was like, really? And he goes, yeah. I'm like, oh, I thought this was normal communication. And then I mentioned it to one of my friends. And she was like, I don't think there's anything weird about that. I said, how many guys have you said it to? She goes, none. It's okay. So I tap into that. So I recognize that I have some past traumas that have followed me.
I think he says that though because I mean, when you're saying that, it's almost as if you're already expecting that person to leave or find better.
To me, though, I feel like I'm sharing with them. You can tell me anything. I'm easy to talk to. You're not going to crush me. I'm going to be okay.
But
just
I think
don't
you
lie
could
to
just
me.
say, like, I don't like lying, and I would rather you be honest and tell me something, even if it's going to hurt my feelings, than lie to me about it. And leave the cheating shit out of it.
I was 19.
It's fair.
I feel like I said it to someone else though along the way, but that was a long time ago. Yeah. But it was something I learned about myself and then hearing that. And you're right, because I thought I was communicating and there's better ways to communicate your feelings. But I try to let people know that, my friends, everybody, like.
I mean, at 19, I didn't communicate my feelings, and it would bottle up, and then I'd explode. So, you know.
I did that at 16, and I learned how to, I undid that by 19 a little bit.
Yeah, no, I don't think I really undid that until my early 20s.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Mid-20s, something, I don't even know.
That's one thing they taught me when I was 16 and I was doing that. She's like, it's like you have these feelings and you just keep pushing them in the closet, and you shut the door. And then one day you open the door, and it all comes crashing down and you feel a certain way. But she goes, now there's so many things,
you're like,
you don't know which one it is.
Out, yeah, all on one person.
Yeah, because you don't know what you're mad at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there.
Now I'm very good at communicating, as you all know.
Very good.
Very direct in a kind way.
Yes.
But very direct.
Mm-hmm. That's what you should be. And I still say, like, I feel like I'm a good communicator, but I need to be better. I catch myself avoiding conversations that I need to get better about. I'm good at communicating my feelings. It's not uncomfortable. No, I will. I will though, because I give people what I want.
Yeah.
I'm not going to string people along.
Yeah, me
I'm not
either.
going to sugarcoat anything. I will be kind. But yeah, so there's a little back history of mine where some of this stuff comes from. But this particular situation, I've never talked to anyone that I've dated like this. I've never felt what I felt
in that moment.
in those moments. No. And obviously they're triggers, but yeah, it was very confusing in my body going through this because I'm like, okay, some of this is familiar. Some of it you're just picking up on, props. And some of it is the frustration of communicating and not being heard. And then acting like you're caring and kind, and then adding to like it's a lot. And then me feeling like a mean person. Why am I so spooked tonight?
I don't know. It's just Buttercup. She's just like scratching on her little scratch post.
Sounds.
On that note, we're gonna play a game before we say goodbye for this evening. Let me pull it up real quick. I always do that because our stuff's not set up in the same spot. So this is called dating and attraction. So I'm gonna give you 2 options and you pick one.
Okay.
Okay. That you would obviously is your thing. So love at first sight or slow burn?
Love at first sight. Even though it's unhealthy.
Text all day or talk once and meet up?
All of it.
You have to pick one.
I talk a lot. If I have to pick one, talk once, meet up.
First date, drinks or dinner?
I'm trying to change that. Before it was just a hangout. Now I want a date. Dinner.
Make the first move or be pursued?
Be pursued.
Physical chemistry first or emotional connection first? This is the last one. Make it the hardest, right?
These are really good questions for where I'm at because I could answer all of them at certain points in my life. But read that one more time.
Physical chemistry first or emotional connection first?
I'm going to say emotional connection first.
Why'd you pick that one?
Because I'm trying.
Oh, because you were trying to change that.
I'm trying to change that. Because before it was the chemistry and physical, and then now I feel like I know myself better and I want different things. So I want to build something before going there.
If any of y'all disagree with any of Amy's answers, drop a comment because we'd love to see them.
Yeah, tell us yours too. Those are good. I like those.
Yeah, I thought that was like a fun one.
Yeah, and then that brings us to the kissing because we turn the camera off. We should never turn the camera off. Like I feel like we just need like a GoPro,
a 24/7
GoPro on both of our foreheads. Whenever we're together, we're like, oh man.
I feel like I say some fucked up shit sometimes that people don't need to hear.
Well, it won't be live. We'll censor Corey. But we got to talking after about the week before because she really cracked me up with the kiss, the bad kisser, and how like
y'all missed that one.
Oh, watch it. That was so funny.
I think it was the crazy clingy episode is the title, not the header, but the actual title, and he kissed like a snake.
He kissed like a snake, which was funny in itself, but like just the part where you were like, I was thinking to myself, how do I make this stop? That hasn't left my brain. I was like, Corey, it's over. It's over before it started. And I'm not putting anyone down for their kissing styles. Some people may not like mine, I'm sure. But like, if you're thinking those
So the best part about this, you guys, is the guy I've been going on dates with, I met back in November. And when I met him, I thought he was real cute, but like he didn't I didn't know he was interested in me, but I knew his best friend, and that's who I like ran into, which is how I met him. And I made both of them follow my podcast, and he watches it. And so he kissed me for the first time on our last date. And right after he kissed me, he was like, damn. And I was like, what? And he's like, I was going to kiss you like a snake just to fuck with you.
You're like, oh, you are watching. But yeah, we started talking about that. Like, you shouldn't feel uncomfortable in wanting to end. And like, had she told me that, I think I would have told you to stop sooner than
Stop what you're doing.
sooner than you did. But it just got us talking. Like, I never really realized like how important it is, because I shared with her a couple of mine. Like, one, he just licked me, like with the littlest tongue, like just a little. That was it. It was weird. I would think it when it was happening. Like, it was weird. Okay, but I'm a hypocrite. I kept going with that too, because I try to think like, okay, it's not everything. If you have found a good human who takes you on dates and you communicate well, but I don't know, guys. I think it's really important because there's a thing called the ick. When we get the ick, right? That could be a deal breaker, the ick.
For sure.
Because remember the other one I told you about? That like got up over me and it was dark, so I just
I tried to like lick her face.
Like it was this really, really fast motion, and I felt like his tongue was over exaggerated, like Jim Carrey. You know, he gets all over exaggerated with his expressions and stuff. And it was dark, so I was like, "Did that really just happen?" And I got the ick there. It was weird. It was weird. It just brushed my nose, and I was like, "Okay, we're not." Like, we didn't sleep together or anything. We were just kissing in this moment. But I was like, is this the energy? Like, it's just so weird. What would happen after that?
I don't know, but I think of a frog like trying to get its bug. The way you like brushed your nose.
It was just, yes, we just kept going on and on. So I would love if we have just this handful of all different types of kissers.
Like, can y'all email us your kissing stories? Like, I know y'all haven't emailed us any like dating stories, but like email us your bad kisses. Oh, that'd be a fun episode. Please, everyone, email us your bad kisses.
We could have a whole bad kisses
and
episode.
We will read everybody's and discuss them, because I know I got more I can talk about. There are some bad kissers out there.
Yes. Last week you said, I don't know who it was. It was just like, put his tongue and just stay there.
Yeah, that was the drunk guy that we talked about him a long time ago in a different episode. But he took me to the sporting game and he kept buying shots and I didn't want shots and he took my shots too. And then at the end of the night, he literally grabbed my face. I couldn't do anything. I like shoved his tongue in there and just like left it. And I was like, talk about making stop. That was so bad.
I love how you say he grabbed you couldn't do anything, because usually she does the hair flip.
I couldn't though. He literally like both his hands, like I couldn't move. I was like, oh, this isn't gonna happen.
There's so many. There's more coming to me. I really want to know. I want to know.
And then he's like, oh, okay, great kiss, I'll drive you home. And I was like, no, friend, I'm Ubering. Like, you took 7 fucking shots and had 5 drinks. I'm not letting you drive me.
No, and no nightcap or goodnight kiss. You're done, sir.
No.
Oh my god, there's got to be so many more stories.
Yeah, please send us your kissing stories. This will be such a fun episode if y'all do. I would love that
you ever
so
have
much.
one? They just kept their mouth so wide open, your teeth clanked.
Yeah, we actually accidentally clinked teeth the first time with this new guy. But sometimes it like takes you a minute to like figure it out, right? When
Sure
you're
does.
kissing. So it was like initial, like we both went in, but like went in the same way. So we clinked instead of kissed, but then we like figured it out. It's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. No, it just could be all the
I
time.
had one guy kiss me, and I think his mouth was just too big because it like was over my nose too, and I was like, this is horrible. I was like, just slobber everywhere.
His mouth was too big. I don't care how big your mouth is. You can control how wide you open it. You did not
Well,
eat
he
your...
opened it all the way, apparently. It was literally like here. It was like, what is this?
Can't breathe. It's tapping out.
Seriously.
Wow. Yeah, see?
So does your kiss
Oh my
stories.
God, yeah.
We'll end on that today.
Yep.
Oh.
All right, Corey's up next week. So
No, Jen is up next week. Jen is coming on. So y'all will finally get to meet her, and she has a crazy story for y'all. I'm so excited.
I am too.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've heard bits, but
Yeah.
yeah, you'll love her. She's super funny.
Yeah. So to send us your kissing stories, seriously sir 2 TOO, seriously sir 2 at gmail.com. We also have an Instagram, seriously sir 2 TOO, and TikTok, seriously.sir. And I apologize for not being great about posting on TikTok lately. It's been a little hectic here.
She does a lot of work. She does all that.
So sorry about that. And we will see you next week. Have a great week, y'all. Bye.